That's a piece of music that I wrote on purpose with a key change, a couple of key changes in it, because I like that. I like to play the blues and then have a surprise that I have to kind of make my way through. But I got to tell you, that took me a lot of times to get a performance that I liked. I'm not exaggerating. I think I played it 200 times. I was over the course of 5 or 6 days. So, in the evening, a couple of dozen times every night. And I finally got a performance I liked. There were good performances in there. But my point in this is that I never gave up. I was never really satisfied until a certain point, and then I was. And I think that's something we forget is it's okay to be dissatisfied and keep working at something. And it's okay to do it 200 times. Click the link below for the 14-day free trial in the Masterclass. So this begs the question, what exactly was I looking for that it took me 200 times? I think it was a sort of relaxed composition, something that kind of flowed in a certain way and didn't have too many fast riffs. There's one burst of speed at the end. But let me also say, I enjoyed this process. Dissatisfaction did not diminish my enjoyment. And there are early takes I could have used and that were fine. And then other takes where I would just flame out. I actually enjoyed doing it like this because you get deeper and deeper and deeper and you try different things, and you try other things, and I always film everything. So I'm going to show you a couple of outtakes and then an early take that actually I could have used somewhere in the early hundreds or something. So I enjoyed it, but I wanted to do it a lot because I wanted to get deeply into it. And I was looking for kind of a relaxed flow without too many fast riffs. I don't know. It's kind of indefinable. It just at a certain point I went, yeah, that's the one. So that solo was going along pretty well, but I played a fast riff down here, and I think my hand got tired. And when I went to do the next thing, I just went, boink. And so I had to stop that one. Now, the next one is me trying to work out something interesting near the end so that I kind of have it vetted and I can just conjure it up after playing. Most of the solo, I wanted to have an ending where I did have one kind of fast flurry, and that's me trying to work it out. Now I want to show you a take that was complete and that I could have used, and there were many of these, but I chose not to use for aesthetic reasons. This one in particular, I thought, had too many double time fast riffs. Now, in the session world, the expectation is that you get it in the first or second take. And that's not as hard as it sounds because let's say if I blew the ending, everybody'd be so excited about the body of it that we would just fix the ending and punch in a new riff on the end. That happened a lot. And then sometimes you did get a first take. Other times they'd do 2 or 3 takes and then they'd comp it later. So it's pretty easy to get in that situation. These days, when I'm at home, though, this is how I practice. This is my meditation. The more I play it, the more I explore, the more I build my strength, the more options I can find. So anyway, let's just try a first take and see what happens.
fun.
Now, my ability to get that in one take was definitely enhanced by all the hours that preceded it, all the work I did on that piece of music. But even if I had been playing over a different piece of music like LaGrange by ZZ Top, or Back in Black by AC/DC, or Crossroads by Cream, the practice that I did, the work that I did would have applied there too, because my chops were up. So I always tell people, I often get asked, what are the best guitar exercises? For me, it's real world application. I always feel like the best guitar exercise is to jump right into a song.
So let's test that theory right now. So I would say definitely over that Crossroads inspired track, some of the things I used, and one in particular where I grabbed this D chord down there, some of the things I used in the other piece of music got implemented there. And certainly the strength and the chops of spending, 200 times on one thing were transformed to the new piece of music. So that's what I want to stress. Anything you do that pushes you, you can apply it to your whole musical life afterwards. Now I'm going to get ready to move on to another song. I'm going to play it one more time, kind of a long version. And it's kind of like staying in a town for a while and then leaving. I'm going to put this piece of music away. Might come back to it next year. I mean, it's mine forever to use. Similarly, I just did a YouTube video where I went through Wind Cries Mary again, and I studied that dozens and dozens of times, maybe even 200 times. But because it was Hendrix and Wind Cries Mary, I wanted to honor it and do it right. So I went through it a lot. We did a live stream. It's on the channel. And that's something that I have visited my whole life. I learned it as a kid, and then I did it in a live stream a few weeks ago. So these are lifetime things that you can keep. If you have a piece of music you love, you can go back to it all your life and keep finding new ways to go through it. And Wind Cries Mary, I think it's the best I've ever done it. My feel was better. My touch was better. It was closer to Hendrix, even though I can never equal Hendrix. But it was great to do it at this point in life. So these pieces of music, you can visit them forever. So it's like I was in a town for a while, and now I got to wave goodbye. It's kind of bittersweet. Move on to the next piece of music. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button and ring the bell. If you are a subscriber, please ring the bell. It lets us let you know every time a new video is released. You can also support us by clicking the link below for the online masterclass. As I always say, we're up to over 100 hours of lessons and content, over 1,000 videos. There's a 14-day free trial. Take your time, take a long look. We'd love to have you join us.